guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to break down Nike's earnings, kind of just go over some quick highlights of the earnings, how I feel about the stock, and if I'm buying it or what I'm going to do with it. So I don't own this stock. I used to own it, but let's take a look at the chart for the last 5 years. Nike stock. Last 5 years, we're down about 45%. All time, of course, we're up 33,000%. Last year, we're down 21%. In the last month, we're down 11%. The past week, we're down about 1%. I think the biggest thing is the past 5 years, down 45%, even being a global brand, all the sports teams using it, Olympics, basketball, whatsoever, biggest athletes using Nike. This stock is just not performing. And taking a look at the income statement, revenue came in at a 1% change. Net income came in down 31%. EPS down 30%. And gross margins shrinking a little bit. Gross profit down 6%. Let's look at the balance sheet real quick. The assets down 17%. Short-term investments down 14%. Total assets down 1%. Current liabilities up 3%. And total liability and shareholder equity is down -1%. So it's a little bit rough for the business right now, of course, but there's just so much competition in the retail space that I don't think I could get back into retail. North America equipment, there was a 11% change for apparel, 16% for equipment. Looks like footwear is not doing too well, pretty much flat. Europe, footwear up 4%. This is year over year. Apparel up 11%, equipment up 3%. Greater China area, footwear down 11%, apparel up 1%, equipment down 32%. So it looks like China is a weak spot for the business, and that seems to have been a trend for a while now. Asia Pacific, footwear up 1%, apparel 7%, up 7%, equipment down 6%. Global brand divisions down 36%. Ouch. And then Converse is down 27%. Ouch. Overall, total Nike brand footwear down 1%. Apparel up 9%, which is not bad. Equipment up 4%. Global brand division is very much lacking, down 36%. And that's the concern because there's so much competition, so much apparel brands. And yeah, let's kind of take a look. Some of the key highlights were the Nike's brand were up 2% against anticipated decline, showing promise in categories like Nike running, which jumped 20% year over year. So there are some parts of the business that are doing well, some parts that are not doing well. Inventories for the business are finally moving in the right direction. Was a little rough, down 2% from last year as supply chain improves. Nike's new CEO, Elliott Hill, credited early momentum in running, North America and wholesale partnerships, saying consumers are responding well to innovation and strategy. On the downside, the Converse brand is a massive drop, 27% as mentioned, and gross margins fell. So Nike is starting to execute a turnaround plan, realigning focus on its core sports categories and revitalizing wholesale partnerships. The launch of new product lines like the highly anticipated Nike Skims and women's athleisure aims to better compete with brands like Lululemon. Also, the spring wholesale order book is trending higher than last year, showing further upside potential for inventory movement and top-line growth. Some of the major risks, headwinds from tariffs. Nike expects $1.5 billion in extra costs this year due to higher import tariffs imposed on Vietnam, Cambodia, and Indonesia. And the Asia Asia market for Nike is struggling. So I think this is a very big risk, which continue to pressure the business by discounting and product cost inflation. There's also uncertainty in key markets like China, where sales declined by 10% year over year. Lastly, the company warns road to recovery won't be linear. Investors should expect more volatility ahead. I'm expecting that because we've been down the last 5 years. Revenue the last 5 years has basically been flat. For a company like Nike that's reputable as Nike, I'm definitely not investing in a company like this. Do your own research. Nike is doing a turnaround plan. They have their new CEO. They're still a big player in the space, but this space is definitely not for me. But yeah, that was your Nike earnings recap. Let me know your thoughts. Is Nike on track for a real comeback? Give me your opinion in the comments, because personally, I do think they're on a turnaround plan, but I think it's going to take a lot of time. I think there's a lot more opportunities in the market where you can put your money, because if you invest in Nike the last 5 years, you're pretty much down 45-50% almost. But thanks for watching Stock Brock. Peace.